Everyone's favorite Bronco, Russell Wilson, absolutely sucks. Now, I already know that a ton of people are going to be like,
it's his first year on a new team. The season just barely started. The team's the
Too bad, fuckers, you're wrong. Wilson has been a joke of a quarterback this year, and I'm going to tell and show you why. I also think that he sealed this terrible season when he put on this wolf tank top. Anyway, so far through 6 games, the Broncos are 2-4 and have the worst offense in the league. So far this season, on drives that made it to the red zone, Russell Wilson has only led the Broncos to a touchdown on 21% of them. This is the lowest percentage by any team since they started recording this data in 2003. Did I hear worst offense of all time? Russell Wilson has also landed his team a spot for last place in offensive points per game with an average of only 15.2. He has also only led his offense to 20 or more points once through 6 games. A pro for the Broncos, though, is that they have the 4th best defense right now in the NFL, allowing only 16.5 points per game. Sadly, Wilson is wasting this and has only been able to win 2 games. Wilson has also only had really 2 good passing games with averaging only 240 yards a game. But then all the Wilson fans love to go,
well, he's a rushing quarterback.
Well, is he? Because Wilson has only rushed for 96 yards and 1 touchdown through 6 games, making me feel that he is not a rushing quarterback. One pro I will give out to Wilson, though, is that he's only thrown 3 interceptions through 6 games. The main reason behind all these bad Wilson stats and Broncos losses is because Wilson seems to not be going through his progressions and is missing wide open players. This leads Wilson to check the ball down on 3rd down, take unnecessary sacks, and results in a lot of punts. The Broncos offense also ranked dead last in 3rd and 7+. If you look at this play here on 3rd and 10, Russell Wilson has players downfield. Now the closer one seems like it'd be a harder ball to slot, but it definitely is possible. But the deeper one should be a nice easy pass for a big gain. Russell Wilson also has no excuse to make these throws because he has tons of time in the pocket. Sadly, Russell Wilson checks it down short and they have to punt. On this play, it's 3rd and 8 and Russell Wilson checks his first option, but when he's not open, Russell Wilson doesn't throw to his wide open wide receiver who is just crossing the field right in front of his face for the easy first down. He instead throws it really short and it forces another punt. On this play, I don't even need to highlight it, it's so bad. Russell Wilson can't find Williams right over the middle of the field for the easy touchdown. Williams was just standing there waiting for the ball and Russell Wilson couldn't find him until it was too late. Now these next 2 plays might seem like I'm nitpicking Russell Wilson's worst plays, but I think they're important to show. On the first one, deep in the red zone in a close game, Russell Wilson forces the ball into the end zone, resulting in an interception. As the play develops, it appears that this is the first wide receiver that Russell Wilson even looks at, as he doesn't look to see if he has a better option to throw to. Wilson had a pretty open wide receiver come across the field, and another go 4 yards for the first down. Now these players might have not been wide open, but they're definitely better options than what he forced. And still, he has tons of time in the pocket, so that's no excuse. Then later in the game, in overtime with the game on the line, Russell Wilson forces the ball into coverage and it's incomplete. Wilson fails to see his wide open wide receiver that would have gave him a first down and maybe a touchdown. I do also think it's important to point out that Russell Wilson used to be labeled as a rushing quarterback. And on both of these plays, it seems that option doesn't even occur to him when scrambling could have definitely helped. On this play, he had quite a lot of room to his right and definitely could have picked up the first down. And on this play, he doesn't have as much room with the defensive player over the middle of the field, but he still has enough room on his right where he could make a first down. In Week 6's Monday Night Football game against the Chargers on 3rd and 2, almost in the red zone, Russell Wilson takes an unnecessary sack. He has a player wide open in the middle of the field for the easy first down. He just has to quick get the ball to him and that's that, but he fails to do so and takes a sack. Overall, Wilson isn't overrated. He played great in Seattle, but so far as a Bronco, he is really struggling. If this lack of offense keeps up, they'll be lucky to get 6 or 7 wins, which isn't the best look for Wilson as he was supposed to be a savior of sorts. In Week 1, Wilson took on his former Seahawks team and man is this funny. It looks like Wilson threw the ball to the Seahawks forgetting what team he was on. And with some crazy luck, somehow the Seahawk player dropped the easiest interception of his life that seemed like it was thrown for him to catch. But this play really does look like Russell Wilson just had a brain fart, forgot what team he was on, saw a wide open green shirt and threw it to him. I mean, there was one wide receiver kind of in the area, but he was well covered and there were still 3 Seattle defenders. He even led the defender on his route and everything. Now, I did commend Russell Wilson for having only 3 interceptions, but there has been interception drops like these. And there was also this interception. I mean, this one should count as 2. It was so bad. The stat line should read, Russell Wilson throws 2 interceptions on the same play. I mean, fans were literally laughing. It was so bad. They were just in disbelief. I mean, Buddy's just tossing up a jump ball faux free. Like, who is man's throwing this to? Like, I can't figure it out. This is also just mad funny. Big Boy Sherm lays into Russ on the postgame show after one of the Broncos' many tragic primetime losses.
Well, first off, you're winning the game by 3 points. You're in a goal-to-go situation. all you have to do is run the football.
You're going back to regulation.
I'm going back to regulation. They had no timeout. You run the ball,
no timeout.
the game's over. But instead, you put the ball in his hands, and after Sutton.
Right, so at that point, there was 2 minutes and like 19 seconds left. You mentioned the Colts don't have any timeout. You need to run the clock out.
They must got some personal beef because he was heated. He was just there shaking his head, pissed off. And recently he said something along the lines of that he never really cared for Russ or they're not friends.
In NFL. You know who I feel bad for? The Denver Broncos defense. Hey, Denver Broncos defense, you had 4 sacks, 2 turnovers. I understand. You played a heck of a game. You deserve to win. You didn't. I understand. I feel you. In order to get a Super Bowl this year, you gotta be historic. I tell you what, you gotta be historic.
We will break all of that down in just a second. For those of you just joining us here on the post game.